Have you ever wondered why so many people, despite taking great care of their health, eating well, quitting smoking, exercising regularly, still suddenly suffer a stroke? The answer isn't always high cholesterol or artery plaque, as many might think. There's something else, quieter and more dangerous, lurking inside your body every day, that's a blood clot. Imagine a normal morning. You're sitting, reading a book to your beloved grandchild. Soft sunlight streams through the window. Laughter rings clearly in your ears. Suddenly, you want to say something, but can't get a word out. Your hand won't lift even an inch. That feeling of helplessness comes fast like a cold breeze, blowing through without warning. It knocks you down in an instant. That's how a stroke strikes no fanfare, no warning. It's not because cholesterol or plaque has clogged your arteries, but a tiny blood clot formed within seconds, blocking precious blood flow to your brain. Many doctors have witnessed cases like this, healthy people, older adults living well, still defeated by this invisible enemy. What's even scarier are the silent changes inside your body as you age. Your endothelial cells weaken. Your immune system loses control. Hormones fluctuate, especially at night, and even healthy eating habits, if timed wrong, can make your blood thicker and more prone to clotting. You might be surprised to learn that even vegetables you think are healthy, if used improperly or combined incorrectly, can accidentally contribute to thicker blood, creating conditions for blood clots to form. So, what exactly is a blood clot? How does it form? And why is it so dangerous? These questions will be answered in the next section. Let's explore more about this silent killer responsible for over 80% of heart attacks and strokes, so you can better protect yourself in life. Cigarette smoke isn't just an unpleasant smell. It's a chemical storm invading your body. When you inhale smoke, thousands of toxic chemicals attack and damage the lining of your blood vessels, the fragile layer that keeps blood flowing smoothly. This damaged lining causes inflammation, which is the starting point for blood clots to form. In other words, just a few puffs can make your blood vessels start to hurt and react by triggering clotting, like an excessive and dangerous healing response. The clearest benefit of quitting smoking is reducing blood vessel inflammation and preventing blood clots from forming. Not only that, your blood will become smoother, circulation improves, and your risk of stroke and heart attack drops significantly. You might not notice any signs right away when your vessels begin to inflame due to smoke, because the process happens silently. But if you often feel tired, short of breath, or have chest pain during light activity, those could be warning signs, and if you've smoked for years, your risk of heart disease rises even if you exercise and eat healthy. The most important advice here is to completely avoid smoke, both traditional cigarettes and vaping, which many think is safer, but still contains plenty of harmful chemicals for your vessels. If you're smoking, quitting won't just make your lungs healthier. It will save your heart and brain from dangerous blood clots. For non-smokers living with smokers, avoiding second-hand smoke exposure is also essential. Fresh air is the best medicine for your blood vessel health. Remember, the sooner you ditch this harmful habit, the better chance your body has to heal and lower stroke risk effectively. Don't let invisible chemicals clog your precious blood flow just because of a moment's mistake. Alcohol, whether it's a fancy glass of red wine or a cold bottle of beer, is not the friend of your cardiovascular system, as many believe. When you drink, alcohol quickly enters your bloodstream, and your liver is the first to take the hit. But few realize that alcohol also quietly affects the walls of your blood vessels, making them more prone to damage and inflammation. Over time, the lining of your vessels weakens and loses its natural flexibility, creating conditions for blood clots to form and grow. This means, even if you eat healthy and exercise regularly, frequent alcohol consumption significantly raises your risk of blood clot formation. The clear benefit of cutting back or quitting alcohol is that it helps keep your blood vessels healthy, reduces inflammation, improves blood flow, and lowers your risk of stroke and heart attack. Warning signs to watch for include unexplained fatigue, a racing or uncomfortable heartbeat after drinking, and even brief chest pains. Especially if you have liver disease or a history of heart problems, drinking becomes even more dangerous. There's no absolutely safe amount for everyone, but it's best to minimize, or better yet, stop drinking altogether. For older adults or anyone managing heart conditions, abstaining from alcohol is the top advice from doctors. If you struggle to control your drinking habit, seek professional support promptly. And don't forget, creating an alcohol-free environment can help you and your loved ones avoid the unfortunate risks caused by blood clots. Hormones, especially estrogen, play a crucial role in maintaining cardiovascular health and circulation. But when you use birth control pills or hormone replacement therapy, HRT, you're introducing synthetic hormones into your body, which can alter the natural function of your blood vessels. Instead of preserving softness and flexibility, these hormones sometimes make your vessels overly sensitive, triggering stronger blood clotting processes. This explains why women taking birth control, or HRT, especially postmenopausal women, have a higher risk of stroke or heart attack. The benefits of these treatments in balancing hormones and easing menopause symptoms are real, but they come with risks that shouldn't be overlooked without proper monitoring. You might find it hard to notice warning signs before serious issues occur. However, if you experience swelling or unusual pain in your limbs, or have a family history of blood clotting disorders, pay special attention. Additionally, smokers, those with obesity, or a history of high blood pressure, should be even more cautious when using synthetic hormones. Dosage and use of birth control, or HRT, should always be carefully considered by a doctor. Do not self-medicate or adjust doses without professional advice. Especially older adults or people with underlying conditions need regular health checkups to ensure safety. The best advice is, if you are currently using or planning to use hormone therapies, fully disclose your medical history to your doctor. Don't hesitate to ask about clot risk prevention measures and monitor your cardiovascular health regularly. Don't let this double-edged sword become a trap that harms your health. Stress, loss, and emotional shocks don't just wound your soul, they deeply affect your physical health, especially your heart. There's a medical condition called broken heart syndrome that occurs when someone experiences a severe emotional shock, like losing a loved one. It sounds like something from a movie, but in reality, the risk of heart attack or stroke in this state increases by up to 2,000%. That's 20 times higher than normal. Why does stress cause this? When under extreme stress, Your body releases a flood of stress hormones that trigger a clotting response as a defense. But instead of helping, this actually makes your blood more likely to clot, causing sudden blockages in blood vessels. At this moment, your heart and brain feel like they're suffocating under an invisible blockage. Warning signs to watch for include unexplained palpitations, rapid heartbeat, mild chest pain, or shortness of breath when overwhelmed by stress. If you've experienced a major loss, don't ignore these symptoms. Seek medical help promptly. There's no exact dose for stress, but caring for your mental health, maintaining emotional balance, and developing healthy rest habits are the most effective natural medicine. Techniques like meditation, yoga, talking with loved ones, or mental health professionals can all reduce stress and lower clotting risk. A gentle reminder: cherish your emotions and don't let prolonged pressure silently destroy your health. Your heart not only needs love, but also protection from the invisible storms within. Did you know that sugar and refined carbs aren't just enemies of your weight, but also silent causes that make your blood thicker and more prone to clotting? When you consume too much white bread, white rice, or refined sugar, your blood sugar spikes, forcing your body to produce insulin to regulate it. But if this happens frequently, your body can develop insulin resistance, the first warning sign of diabetes. When high blood sugar persists, your blood becomes stickier, and your vessel walls become inflamed and damaged. These changes trigger clotting processes, increasing the risk of blood clots, the cause of over 80% of strokes and heart attacks. The benefits of adjusting your intake of carbs and sugar are huge. Your blood becomes thinner, your vessels better protected, and your risk of diabetes and cardiovascular complications decreases. You can notice signs of high blood sugar through uncontrollable sweet cravings, fatigue after meals, excessive thirst, or frequent urination. If you experience these, it's important to get your blood sugar checked promptly. There's no one-size-fits-all amount, but a diet prioritizing whole grains, fresh vegetables, and fruits, while minimizing sugar and refined carbs, will help you better control blood sugar and protect your vessels from damage. For those with diabetes or high risk, strict adherence to diet and regular blood sugar monitoring is essential. Consulting a nutritionist or doctor can help you develop the best eating plan. A sincere piece of advice: start changing your eating habits gradually. Don't let seemingly harmless sweets and white carbs become the silent enemies destroying your health. Few people realize that a decayed tooth or a minor untreated infection can become a ticking time bomb inside your body. When bacteria from infections like tooth decay, gum disease, or other chronic inflammations such as persistent sinus infections leak into your bloodstream, they trigger widespread inflammation in your blood vessels. Prolonged inflammation damages artery walls, creating a favorable environment for dangerous blood clots to form and grow. The clear benefit of good oral care and thoroughly treating infections is reducing vessel inflammation and preventing dangerous clots. This leads to better blood flow and protects your heart and brain from sudden blockages. Signs of chronic infection may include toothache, swollen gums, bad breath, or unexplained persistent fatigue. However, many people ignore these small signals until the condition worsens. There is no specific dose for infection prevention. But maintaining proper dental hygiene, regular dental checkups, and timely treatment of infections are essential. If you experience prolonged inflammation or pain, don't hesitate to visit a dentist or specialist. Special recommendations apply to older adults, those with weakened immune systems, or chronic illnesses. They should pay extra attention to oral and overall health. Even small infections can increase your blood's clotting tendency and raise the risk of stroke and heart attack. A gentle reminder: love and care for your body, starting with the smallest things, because comprehensive health is your shield against unexpected dangers from within. Calcium is known as a close friend of strong bones, but in excess it can become a betrayer to your cardiovascular system. Many people, especially postmenopausal women, often take calcium supplements, hoping to prevent osteoporosis, not realizing that uncontrolled and unbalanced calcium intake can cause excessive calcium buildup in blood vessels. When calcium accumulates excessively, it doesn't just deposit in bones, but also wanders into soft tissues, particularly artery walls, causing vascular calcification. This makes vessels harder and less flexible, while promoting easier blood clotting, thus increasing the risk of blood clots, the deadly villains behind strokes and heart attacks. Balancing your calcium intake along with other nutrients like vitamin K2 and vitamin D3 helps guide calcium to the right places, your bones instead of blood vessels. This not only protects your heart, but also boosts bone health more effectively. Signs of excess calcium aren't always obvious, but if you feel fatigued, nauseous, or experience cardiovascular symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath, it could be a warning. Especially if you're supplementing calcium without medical advice, reconsider immediately. Calcium dosage should be evaluated by doctors based on individual needs and health status. Proper ratios of vitamin K2 and D3 are key to minimizing the risks of vascular calcification and abnormal clotting. Special advice for those on calcium supplements, especially older women and those with heart conditions, is to have regular checkups and consult with your doctor to adjust your supplementation properly. A gentle reminder: nutrient supplementation requires balance and understanding. Don't let the desire to keep bones strong unintentionally harm your own heart. Stress and loss are not just emotional pains, but deeply affect cardiovascular health. In medicine, there is a phenomenon called broken heart syndrome that happens when someone experiences severe emotional shock, such as losing a loved one. Surprisingly, the risk of stroke or heart attack in such cases increases by up to 2,000%, meaning 20 times higher than normal. When stressed, your body releases stress hormones that activate the clotting system as a protective response. However, this reaction causes small blood clots that suddenly block blood vessels, leading to strokes and heart attacks. Warning signs to watch for include palpitations, unexplained rapid heartbeat, or mild chest pain during stress. If you've experienced significant loss, don't ignore these symptoms. Seek medical help promptly. Maintaining mental health through meditation, yoga, talking with loved ones, or mental health professionals helps reduce stress and prevent clotting risks. The advice is to take care of your soul, because the heart needs not only love, but also protection from the invisible storms within. 1. Vitamin K2 plus D3. The Calcium Guides. Vitamin K2 and D3 form a golden pair that helps regulate calcium in the body. Vitamin K2 acts as a guide, directing calcium to where it's needed in the bones, preventing calcium from wandering into blood vessels, which causes calcification and raises clotting risks. Vitamin D3 helps the body absorb K2 better and also fights inflammation in vessel walls. Taking enough of both vitamins not only strengthens bones, but also keeps vessels soft, flexible, and less prone to clots. 2. Magnesium. The heart rhythm protector. Magnesium is an essential mineral that helps maintain stable heart rhythms and prevents arrhythmias like atrial fibrillation, a common cause of blood pooling and clot formation. Additionally, magnesium prevents calcium buildup in soft tissues, keeping artery walls resilient. Adequate magnesium intake reduces stroke risk and other heart complications. 3. Nitric oxide. The magical gas of blood vessels. Nitric oxide is a natural gas produced by the body that dilates blood vessels and effectively prevents clotting. You can boost nitric oxide by getting sunlight exposure, eating L-arginine-rich foods like meat and liver, and supplementing vitamin D. Having sufficient nitric oxide helps blood flow smoothly, reduces pressure on the heart and vessels, and prevents clots. 4. Polyphenols, vitamin C and omega-3, the anti-inflammatory and blood-thinning trio. Polyphenols from herbs and vegetables, vitamin C, and omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish and plant oils help reduce inflammation, lower blood viscosity, and support healthy circulation. These nutrients also protect vessel walls from damage, thereby preventing clot formation. Regular intake of these nutrients is a natural and highly effective way to keep your heart healthy. 5. Green vegetables containing vitamin K1. Understand and don't worry. Green vegetables are rich in vitamin K1, which plays a key role in normal blood clotting. Many worry that vitamin K1 thickens the blood, but in reality, it balances the clotting system without causing excessive clotting. Eating greens supports vessel health while providing fiber and other essential nutrients. 6. Intermittent fasting and keto. Effective inflammation-reducing strategies. Intermittent fasting and ketogenic, low-carb diets help reduce chronic inflammation, a major trigger for clotting. These methods also stabilize blood sugar, improve cardiovascular health, and aid weight loss, all crucial for stroke and heart attack prevention. 7. Gentle exercise with recovery. Keep blood vessels flexible. Regular moderate exercise with sufficient recovery improves blood circulation and strengthens heart and vessels. Avoid overexertion, like marathon running, if unaccustomed, as excessive stress can backfire. Gentle activities like walking, yoga, or swimming help maintain vessel health and prevent clots. 8. Garlic and onions. Natural blood thinners, garlic and onions, not only add flavor, but contain compounds that naturally thin blood, reduce inflammation, and prevent clot formation. Adding them to daily meals is a simple yet effective way to protect your heart. Natural enzymes, nattokinase, serrapeptase, and bromelain. These natural enzymes can break down fibrin, the main component of blood clots. Taking these enzymes on an empty stomach may reduce excessive clotting risk. However, consult your doctor before use, especially if on blood thinners or with bleeding disorders. From what we've shared, you can see that the real culprit behind over 80% of heart attacks and strokes isn't cholesterol or artery plaque. It's the blood clots that form in an instant, silently but incredibly dangerously. Don't let worries about cholesterol make you overlook other silent causes like smoking, alcohol, stress, excess calcium, or an unbalanced diet. Understanding and proactively preventing these factors will help keep your blood flowing smoothly, your heart strong, and your life fuller. Start with small changes. Quit smoking, limit alcohol, balance your nutrition, take care of your mental health, and supplement with natural nutrients like vitamins K2, D3, and magnesium. Don't forget regular health checkups, and talk to your doctor for the most accurate advice tailored to you. If you found this video helpful, please share it so more people can learn and protect their heart health. The changes you make today could save your life and the lives of your loved ones. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos with even more valuable knowledge.